Okay, we're recording. Okay. Welcome to Team Evolve 2.0. Lindsay decided that instead of me going live about Clean Week or talking about Clean Week, that I would just do that, training in the team page, which I already did, and that we would talk about something else tonight. And I kind of feel like I'm going to puke because I don't like talking about things like this, but I'm actually going to let Lindsay kind of do the bulk of it, and she's going to kind of put all of our dirty laundry out there and share some things with you that you may or may not know or may have noticed or whatever, but she's going to share that with you. But first, I wanted to start by recognizing some people. We're going to start every team call now with recognition, because obviously it's one of our vital behaviors, and it'll be different every week, like different reasons for recognizing people. Tonight, I just wanted to shout out 2 people that are always in the team page, commenting, liking, posting their own posts. Actually, if you are an admin of a page or a group, I guess, you can go in and see group insights. I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can go to group insights and you can see like post engagement. You can see who your most active members are. There's like a ton of stuff in there. And the 2 most active members for the last 30 days in Team Evolve are Carla and Kelly Winter. So just wanted to shout them out for always being in there, like answering questions, liking posts, making sure that they're engaging, because it really does mean a lot. And it helps us leaders, like so that we don't feel like we have to do everything, right? It kind of takes off some of that pressure. So Lindsay's going to take over from here, and then I'll come back and talk about some things after she's done.
Okay, so we have a ton of new coaches on Team Evolve, which is awesome. And we were kind of talking the other day about, like, we were reminiscing about how Team Evolve even came to be. And it's really, it's like, it's just such a journey that Erica and I have been on since we started doing this. And so we kind of wanted to like retell the story just in case some of you have never heard it before, or you've forgotten pieces of it, because it was actually really cathartic for us the other day to get on a call together and just like talk about where we were when we started and where we've come from there. Because this, if you know anything about Erica and me, we don't have an upline supporting us. Like, it's us. And the person that was above me when I signed up was a girl I worked with. And then she was underneath someone else who was underneath Erica. And Erica and I just happened to like connect and have a similar vision. And Erica's upline isn't really working the business or, very, I mean, not to like throw anybody under the bus, but she's not necessarily a model leader. So we really didn't have a lot of guidance when we started Team Evolve. So long story short, we're connected. Like, she's like my great grandma coach when I first started. And we just kind of connected and decided, let's start running challenge groups together, because we were both in this other team called Empower Empire, right?
Yep.
Okay. Empower Empire. And we did not like the way they were running their challenge groups. We didn't feel very supported in the team page. We didn't feel like the challenge groups were really engaging. They were actually kind of overwhelming, and you felt like you got lost in them. And that was our feelings. So we knew if we were feeling that way, our challengers were feeling that way too. So we started running very small exclusive groups. They might have had like 20 people in them just for our challengers and us. And we kept doing things. Empower Empire stayed really stagnant, really quiet. We would ask questions and nobody would answer them. And so we kept talking, and she and I kept having these conversations through Zoom. It would be like just the 2 of us on a Zoom call each week. And we were like, I said to her one day, I was like, we just need to make our own team. And both of us were like, it was like the scariest thing in the world to even say out loud. I think we'd both been thinking it and feeling it for a while, but I'd only been coaching for like 3 months, I think, when we started talking about it. And we were like, but we don't know what we're doing. And I remember just saying, like, we'll just figure it out. We'll just like keep doing things. And if they mess up, we'll just fix them and try something new. And
I thought she was crazy, for the record. I remember saying to Matt, like, Lindsay wants to start her own team. And like, no. I was like, I am not doing that.
Yeah, I was trying not to be like, Erica was scared and I said, let's do it anyway. But yeah, I was like, let's just do it. Because I had really no idea what I was getting into, because she had already been to one summit and kind of had a little bit of an idea of all the crazy awesomeness that Beachbody is. And we did. We started a team page. I think there were like 12 people in it. The majority of them were probably discount coaches at the time. I remember we hosted team calls and we would plan everything together. Like, I think there were 5 of us on a team call, and we just all like dug in and wrote posts and ran all of our challenge groups together, just the 5 of us. And we literally built the team from the ground up with no guidelines, no maps. I mean, whatever is in the Beachbody office, some of it was there then. And we just kind of scrounged and found whatever we possibly could to make it work, and just kept making changes and evolving along the way. And that's actually how our team name came about, because when we first started, we didn't have a team name. I'm pretty sure that we just had like a team page with no name for a while. And we kept talking about like, what should our name be? What should our name be? And we wanted to make sure that it really embodied not just, you know, us helping people on their health and fitness journeys, because a lot of team names are like Fabulous, or, you know, Fitspiration Nation or things like that. But we really wanted to do like the whole experience. We wanted to really focus on the fact that this is going to be a physical, emotional, mental, and maybe even financial transformation for anybody and everybody that we can touch. And so that's how Team Evolve came about. And I remember us going back and forth trying to figure out what our logo should be. And we weren't making money to like hire somebody to do a logo, but it all came together. And from that moment, from us like just deciding we're going to do something new, we have no clue what we're doing, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out together, because if we're together, we know we can do all sorts of amazing stuff. And that's just been the way it's always been. And sometimes we have to realize that even though we've been doing it for 3 years now, Team Evolve is like I think in February it'll be 3 years old. I don't think it's officially 3 years old yet.
Yeah, February.
But we've realized that from the beginning to now, just because we've been in it this long doesn't necessarily mean that we have the recipe to success, or that everything we do is awesome and correct. And it does mean that we give 100% of ourselves to it, and we're constantly evolving. We're constantly trying to figure out what things should we be trying, what things do we need to implement, what things do we need to start for the first time or maybe stop doing. It's just always a work in progress for us. And we kind of, when we were in the planning stages of our team, decided we wanted it to be that way. But somewhere along the lines this year, we sort of hit this point where it felt like we were supposed to be there and we didn't necessarily feel there. So we both kind of, I don't want to say we retreated, because we were still here, but we weren't here the same way that we had been all along. And I'm going to share a little bit more personal piece of mine and Erica's story.
Don't make me cry again.
I know, I'm already like, I did drink a little bit of wine, not a whole glass, so I shouldn't be too bad before this. But so Erica and I obviously became success partners pretty much right out the gate. I think in the beginning, she was more of like a mentor. I was definitely like the girl who was texting her all night long. Like when she says she goes to bed at 9, she would still text me back at 11 in the beginning, because I was so excited and she was so excited, and we just like fed off of it because we believed in what we were doing. And it was so exciting to have someone who was equal in that, who had the same vision, who had the same energy and passion for what we were doing. And so we quickly became success partners without even really knowing what success partners were. We talked on a daily basis. I remember the first time I ever met her, we randomly met up at a restaurant in a town near me and had lunch together. And it was like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And then sat down and acted like we'd known each other forever. And then I think the next time we got together, I went to her son's birthday party. Like my family and I drove 2 hours to be at his birthday party. It was like when you're success partners and you talk on a daily basis and you have that connection, the friendship just comes easy. And at some point this year, we had things going on in our personal lives. So I had a new baby, and you know that she has been struggling with her health. And for whatever reason, those things weren't necessarily top priority or whatever, or, I guess they are more important really than the business, but they also started to overshadow our relationship, our friendship relationship and our success partner relationship. And we kind of, instead of leaning on each other in the moments that we really, really needed each other, we both I don't know if it was pride or if it was just not wanting to feel like the needy one or not wanting to feel like the whiner or what it was. But we both, instead of leaning on each other when we really needed each other, we both pulled away. And it was, she'll tell you she builds walls, and I'll tell you I go into a hole. I don't put up a wall. I just hide from you. And we both did that. We did our thing. And in the past, it's like she's had something going on and I've been like, no, Erica, talk to me. Or I've had something going on and she's been like, Lindsay, you're not yourself right now. And we've always been able to keep each other in check. But this year we've both had things. And so there wasn't that person to pull us out. And so we just became islands, and we stopped talking on a daily basis. We stopped planning and masterminding together. And I don't know. I know that we didn't go to Cole's birthday party, and there's just things that didn't happen that had always happened. And so everything changed, and I think each of us noticed it and were really hurt by it and didn't really know how to fix it or say anything about it. And then because of that, the way we started running the team changed a little bit too, because when your leaders aren't on the same page, it's really hard to be cohesive. And so that has trickled down. And I do want to also say, yes, a lot of this has to do with us going through our struggles, but it also has to do with us always trying to change things up, because I do recall us having a conversation a couple months ago about the fact that people were struggling to be on the call. And we started talking about, well, why don't we go live in the page, and then people can just go back and watch it without us having to, upload it to YouTube. And then, because I don't know if any of you guys know, but downloading the video and uploading it to YouTube and then putting it into the team page, it's a process. It takes a lot of time. It also takes a lot of space on your computer. But all that, we've been trying to try new things, and with those new things, always, looking for feedback. And when you try something new and it doesn't necessarily go the way you want it to, okay, it's time to try a different thing new. And that's kind of where we're at now. We've realized we've both apologized and we've cried it out, and we've just kind of had a coming back, a do-over, as far as building the business together and running the team together. And we are making a very good effort to have a weekly mastermind call, just the two of us, so that we can start focusing on getting Team Evolve back to what it was in the beginning, when we had that similar vision and we had that passion and we were up all hours of the night, which I don't want to do again, but when we were in that place, we want to get back there again. And we realize now that we need to lean on each other. We definitely did not lean in when we needed to, and it's nice to be able to say, okay, we recognize this. Thank you so much for lovingly pointing it out to us and for not giving up on us, giving us the opportunity to get back to where we need to be and allowing us to refocus. And we're sharing this not for sympathy, not because we want you to feel bad for whatever we've been going through. We're sharing it because this is such a pivotal moment and such a learning opportunity for all of us, because all of us have success partners, or we have someone on the team who we really connect to. And there are also times when all of us feel like we don't have anybody, whether it be we don't have anybody at work, or we don't have anybody at home, or we don't have anybody in this business. There's always someone who feels left out or alone. And so we really want to encourage you to take this as a learning experience for yourself and say to yourself, when I start to feel that way, I need to speak up about it. And I need to make sure that I express myself and communicate. Because if you don't, the same thing could happen to you. So if you're at a point in your business where maybe you don't feel that drive or that passion, maybe you're at a point in your fitness journey where you don't feel the dedication, you dread pushing play, or you push play and just kind of go through the motions, this is one of those moments for you to go to that success partner and be like, this is what's going on, and I need you right now. I need you to be a little bit more there for me, and then in a couple months, I'll return the favor whenever you need me. Because that's not a sign of weakness. And I guess we both thought it was for some reason. And so we didn't say that to each other. And it's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. And it's a necessary thing. So we wanted to kind of share that so that you know what's been going on. You know that it's not because we've lost faith in this business. It's not because we don't believe in what we're doing. It's because life happens to us just like it happens to everybody else. And sometimes leaders need someone to hold them accountable too. Sometimes, and I don't mean like, I would never like, be mean and like shout someone out in the group and be like, where you been? Or, something like that. But just a message saying like, Carla did it really well. She said, Lindsay, I missed Tough Love Tuesday. And that was like, I hadn't done it. I just allowed myself to go into that hole so much that I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing the things I knew we were supposed to do. Erica and I both weren't doing the things we knew needed. We weren't paying enough attention because we were so focused on what was going on with us. So from there, we kind of wanted to talk about our vision for the team now. We definitely want to prioritize us, because something that we have always shouted from the rooftops was friendships first, business relationships second. And that's so, so, so important. That's the reason why we talk about things in the group that don't have anything to do with Beachbody. That's the reason why we send baby shower presents to people. That's the reason why people surprise me when I have a new baby. It's the reason why we send random gifts or make cross-country treks to spend time together. It's because there's so much more. Like, I did not come into this business to run a business. I came into this business to save my own life. And then from there, so much more came to it. Like these friendships, all of you, mean so much more to me than posting on social media every day. And I'm never going to stop posting on social media every day because these relationships mean so much to me. And that's where we need to get back. We don't need to be good just going through the motions, doing the vital behaviors. We need to get back to why we're doing it. And it's so much bigger than why you signed up in the first place. It's so much bigger than like me wanting to not be depressed anymore. It's now become, now it's not even about me. It's about how many women are feeling the way I felt and I can touch. And how many women are on this team page right now who have made such an impact in my life. I don't want to live without you guys. And that's the direction we're heading back. So what you can expect from us from now on is what Erica's going to start talking about.
Before I go into that part, I wanted to add this because although it might make me super emotional, I think it's important to say. And I also feel like kind of a jerk when I say it. to be honest. But when Lindsay, I think this, yes, I was sick and all of that played into it, because when you're not feeling well, like you don't want to like complain all the time, right? Like you don't want to be like, well, I don't feel well, and I can't do this, I can't do that. It felt like an excuse, and so I retreated a lot in those really hard months. But when Lindsay hit elite, I all of a sudden, like, when you feel super happy for somebody, like I was like so incredibly happy because I knew how much work she put into that, and she was my best friend, or she is my best friend, and I just was like over the moon. But then there's this other side of me that stop, and there's this other side of me that was like, I'm not enough now. Like I'm not elite. Like there's elite, and then there's like sucky Erica. I'm way down here, and like she needs a success partner that is on her level. And those were all thoughts that were going through my head. And so I just kept like pulling back, because I'm like, I can't give her what she needs now. Like how, because I went from like a mentor, right, when she first started, to now she surpassed me, and I felt useless. Like what can I offer her? And so that was like a really tough time for me, because I was happy for her and I wanted to celebrate her, but I was feeling like it was it, And so that was just like that comparison game that I know a lot of you play in your heads, and it like destroyed us for a little bit. And now I'm seeing the light, where it's like none of that matters. Like Lindsay didn't change. She was still the same Lindsay, and she still needed me, and I didn't realize that because I was too in my own head. And so if that's something you struggle with too, like maybe you have a friend in this business who has gone a little bit faster or further than you, or someone on our team who signed up after you is Emerald and you're not, like you've got to let that stuff go, because it does not mean a darn thing. And we'll talk about that more later, but it doesn't mean anything. And I see that now, and I wish I would have seen it sooner. So I just wanted to share that, because I think it's really important for you to know that also contributed, because I know as women, we do that a lot to ourselves. Anyway. Okay, so here's what we're going to do from now on. I originally said calls were going to be on Wednesdays. After kind of hearing some feedback, we're going to change it to Sundays. That's when we had them before. So we're going to do Sunday nights at 8:30. The time could change a little bit here and there depending, but for the most part, it will probably be 8:30. Calls are always 30 to 40 minutes, because Zoom will kick us off. 7:30 Central, yes. Zoom will kick us off after 40 minutes, unless anyone wants to pay for the premium version. So they'll be short and sweet, and we'll always start off with the same kind of stuff: recognition, housekeeping stuff, news that you need to know, and then we'll have some sort of little mini training where we'll pick something. I asked you guys to tell us what you needed help with, and we'll just kind of go through those and really like hone in on some of the areas that you guys feel like you need help with. And then if we have people on the team who are really strong in those areas that we're going to talk about, we'll ask you to guest host for us and talk about that for us, so that we can start to hear from other people too. Because like we've said, like, yes, we started this team, but we're all part of the team, and we want all of you to contribute. That has always been super important to us. We don't want to be like Lindsay and Erica on this pedestal, because now you see we're just like you. We want to all be on the same level, and we want everybody to feel comfortable contributing, sharing, posting in the team page. Like that's what it's all about. So that's kind of our plan going forward. We have some really exciting things that we've kind of brainstormed.
Can you stop for a second?
Yes.
Because we had said we were going to start giving away things on the team calls to people who showed up. Yes. So I'm just going to like close my eyes. Brooke, I need you to message me your address. Okay, go ahead.
So we've brainstormed some things that we'll be sharing later, because this call's about to wrap up, but we just want you to know that we really appreciate you sticking with us and like letting us fail and then hopefully recover, because I just saw someone shared a video in another, or I think it was a graphic in another group that I'm in today, and it basically said, like, you're supposed to fail. And it couldn't have been better timing, because lately I've been feeling like a failure to you guys. I told you this. I felt like so guilty for not being the leader that I wanted to be. And I know Lindsay has been feeling that way. And we really just want to be there for you, and we want to be the leaders that you guys deserve. So thank you for sticking with us and for giving us another chance. And I hope that you will all post in the team page and engage a little bit more, so that we can all help to get that team culture back to where we want it to be. And someone asked about Secret Santa earlier. We're going to do Secret Santa this year because we love it. It's fun. Lindsay will be posting about that later, but we're going to do it, I think, earlier than we have in the past, right?
Yeah, I was going to post about it next week, because I know a lot of people like to start their Christmas shopping the week of Thanksgiving and kind of wrap it up and get it done. And also, you know, because we mail them out within the second week of December. So I'm going to make sure that the Google form is up to date and get that out next week. So be looking for a post about that. And if you know someone on our team who would be interested in doing it, or who has said that they would want to do it if they saw us do it again, make sure you tag them in the post to make sure that they get to see it.
Lindsay said, do you guys use Elfster? You don't use Elfster, do you?
What's that? No, you may need to message me, Lindsay. That may make my life a lot easier. Thank you.
Nice. Okay. Oh, there's something that just went through my head as we were talking about that, and what was it? Oh, I just had this thought today. Would anybody be interested in doing a live Thanksgiving workout if you're home? Okay, I'm thinking of like just putting up a Zoom link, and if you're free, like hop on and we'll do our workout together. It could be any workout. It doesn't have to be, we could do whatever. I think that would be really fun to do. And then we're going to do something with 80-Day Obsession as well, like when it comes out. So we'll be chatting about that. But I think that's it. Hopefully you guys still love us after all that emotion. But we appreciate you taking the time to be on these calls. And I really, really hope that we continue this kind of like, what word am I looking for? Like attendance?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, every week, like if you can't make it one week, it's okay. Like I probably won't be able to make it once in a while, and that's okay, but always look for the recording and it'll be uploaded to YouTube, and I'll share that. All right, guys, I think that's it. All right, let me stop this recording before I end so it doesn't mess up.